Yo, it's JSF. How y'all doing? So, I really should not have to make this video. And this video is not to try to call anybody out, to try to, talk crazy about nobody or nothing like that. It's just eventually, man, you just gotta like stop the cap. Like, you just have to. You gotta call it out when you see it. And people downplay. You can argue that I downplay my characters because I say Spawn is bad, Frost is bad, etc. But top players, pro players, they downplay too, and sometimes it's literally just complete cap. Like, it's just false information. Like, it's just not the truth. And so that is why I'm making this video. So to set up a timeline, or basically let you know what I'm talking about, right? So a few days ago, Scar posted a tweet that said, Lau's taking a back seat for a while. As much as I love the character, he won't get the job done alone. Gonna have to force myself to learn some new shit. Sorry, Lau gang. That's what Scar tweeted, right? And me being me, I'm under the tweet. I said, downplaying Kung Lao? Y'all boys wild. Like, that's what my reply was. Somebody else said something about Kung Lao and all this, and I'm like, bruh, pick Frost, bro. Pick Frost and try to win. Like, you're complaining about Kung Lao, pick Frost and try to win. Anyway, I went to sleep, and then I woke up and I saw that Foxy Grandpa replied, because after that tweet I said something. I was like, yo, if you just don't know anything about Frost, it's fine, just say that. And Foxy Grandpa replied saying, Frost has a better mid, more potent mix-up, their corner game is way more threatening with more damage for less resource, even her zoning is better, movement slightly better, better dive kick too. Lau has quite a few issues that get worse as the game evolves. Now, this is complete cap, and I did tweet back saying this is cap and some other things, but that is just false information, and that is why we're here today. And shout out to Foxy Grandpa, he's an amazing player. His content is great. He just played in the We Play Dragon Temple. I think he was in grand finals, he got second place. Dude's awesome, great player. I got nothing negative to say about Foxy Grandpa. Every time I talk about players that are actually good at this game, I mention his name, so it's all respect and all love. But this is cap. This is cap, and we're gonna talk about it. So we got Kung Lao here, and we got Frost here. So the first thing he says, Frost has a better mid. Now I know what button he's talking about, but I'm just for argument's sake and for the sake of addressing everything, I want to figure out what mid he's talking about. Frost has back one, right? Back one, 11 frame mid, -8, good amount of pushback. Back two, 19 frame mid, -4 on block. If you do just back two, your -4 basically neutral reset. Her down one's 8 frames, her down three is 8 frames, -6, not a low. I think that's about it for mids for old Frosty here. So back one is the most likely suspect that he's referring to here, right? It's an 11 frame mid, which it's solid. It's good enough, right? 11 frames is good enough, not great, good enough. You want a 9 frame mid or a 10 frame mid can be just as good as a 9. -8, it pushes them back, as you can see. If we're point blank range and I do it, you get further away. So I cannot stagger with this. If I continue this string, I'm -7. It's still got a little bit of pushback. So it ain't like it's a stagger, like I can grab off of it or anything like that. It is no gap, and I can finish the string. The last hit's a high, but it jails, so you have to block it. -7, resets neutral, no gap. Good, right? Solid, okay string. Now let's look at what Kung Lao has, right? His down one is 7 frames. His down 3 is a low, so it's not that, right? That's a high, that's a high, that's a low, that's a low, obviously. He's got forward 4, which is a 14 frame mid, -3 on block. So, pretty like, you can do something with it. I'm not gonna say you can mash after this. You can, because it'll come out in 10 frames. So let me put this in perspective, right? This is -3 on block. At certain ranges, it can be -2 on block, right? If you mash a down 1 after, a down 3 after, because his down 3 is 7 frames and a low, if she goes for her, if he does this, right, and she goes for her back 1 after, I mean, I would just show it, but it's gonna be hard to let's try to show it, fuck it. Try to show it, fuck it. Like, you get what I'm saying right there? And Frost can win, it can trade, or she can lose, right? And that's just one mid. And Frost don't got no 14 frame mid that hits from about this range. It doesn't exist. He's got forward one, which is a 10 frame advancing mid string, which is a stagger because it does advance you. And you can do it into itself extremely fast. You can go into forward 1-2, which is gapless. Gapless, completely safe on block, -7, you know. It is safe on block. Your string is over. Like, this last hit is not cancelable, but this is the safe ender. If you don't, I'm not hit confirming it. I don't believe it's gonna hit. I'm just going for the safety, possible knockdown, pressure afterwards, right? Or you can do 4-1-3, right? -19 with pushback. It is unsafe. Most characters can punish it. Some characters can punish it more than others, but this second hit is cancelable. You can cancel into that, which is -3, -4, kind of varies based on the distance. You can cancel into other things, but you know, those are all unsafe, right? This is what you want to do if you want to hit confirm, right? Because if it hits, you know, you can go into something like that, do whatever little Kung Lao combos you got, whatever you want to do, you know what I mean? You can go into other things from there. And then Kung Lao has forward 2, right? Like I said, Frost has a 19 frame mid that hits from this exact range. Kung Lao has a 15 frame mid that hits from this exact range. Now it is -9, and this is -8. There's no gap, but again, it is special cancelable with no gap. You can make it completely safe. Yes, you have to use those 2 bars, but look how fast they regenerate. I'm really not about to have that fucking argument. It's really not that bad. And -8 is safe against some characters. Well, they can down 1 punish you, whoop-de-doo, right? You know what I mean? Like, this is, like, this is better than Frost back 1. I don't see where the argument lies that Frost's back 1 is better than this, because he can do this into down 3, right? He just can, because look at that. There's a little bit of stutter there. It's not like a Liu Kang level built-in stagger, but it's something, right? You can get that in, or you can just do it twice in a row. You can pester with this. You can stagger. You can grab off of it. You know what I mean? Like, this is a really good button. Not to mention it's a frame faster. It's -5, completely safe. You can literally do this and back up. You know what I mean? And if they didn't reversal with a button, okay, cool, and neutrals reset. You can literally do this, back up, and if they press anything, kill them for it, right? This move is a footsie whiff punishing button. That's what this is. Kung Lao players don't play footsies. They don't do much whiff punishing. You know what I mean? But that's just what it is. And the reason I know it is because of that. The reason I know it is because if good old Frosty here was to be whiffing and get hit, oh, look at KB. Just like if good old Lao here was whiffing, oh, look at KB. They're the same type of button for the same type of purpose. The only real difference is Kung Lao's is faster, right? I mean, you could argue what? Let's see. You know, no gaps in Kung Lao's stream. You can say, oh, it's unsafe. It's like, well, yeah, but you shouldn't commit to all of this. Like, you don't have to. You can. If you're going to try to punish that, you can just do this, but that's also unsafe. But if you look at Frost's string, it's always unsafe. She can never do this on block. If you have meter, it's completely unsafe. You can flawless block up 3 at every single time. I've done it in matches, etc. So what mid is he referring to that's better? The point is, she doesn't have a mid that's better than Kung Lao's. It doesn't exist. It's fucking cap. So what's the next thing? More potent mix-up. I don't know how else to say this. Frost doesn't have any mix-up. There ain't no auto shimmy here. There ain't no stagger here. There is no mix-up. She's got a 16 frame low with very little range, and she has no overhead. The only overheads are at the end of this string and at the end of this string, and as you can see, them gaps is there, boy. There is no, what's the mix-up? If Frost lands a hit on you and freezes you, yes, she can strike, throw, mix you. But that's relying on me already landing a hit. Lao has this string, which is amazing auto shimmy. Not to mention, the thing that's really good about this string is the third hit doesn't even come out unless you get the hit. So it's always gonna be safe. You can always do this. You know what I mean? Like, you can just always do it. Like, he's got a good 10 frame mid. You gotta respect it or else you'll get blown up by it. He's got down 3 in the grab game, which we all know about. His down 3, look at the range on his down 3, and it's a low. It can catch you slipping. Like, you know what I mean? we know about the down 3 grab game of Kung Lao. The mixed game off the auto shimmy off of this, like I'm saying, bro. It literally only comes out on hit. And then you can, you know, you go into whatever combo, etc., etc., etc. you want. She doesn't have any mix-up. Like, where somebody find me the mix-up that Frost has. Find me the auto shimmy that Frost has that's better than that. Like, what can she do? What honestly, like, I'm fucking, like, the shit blows my mind. The shit that people just say without doing any, like, with no facts behind it. People just say shit. And like I said, there's no disrespect whatsoever, but the shit's cap. I'm gonna call cap when I see cap. So look, what is Frost gonna do, bro? This, whoop-de-doo. And like I mentioned in my Frost video, Gap. Yeah, she does not have no better mix than Kung Lao. Like I said, nope. If anybody disagrees, find it for me. What else? Her corner game is way more threatening with more damage for less resource. I don't believe that at all. I'm not really gonna dive into it that much because I don't want this video to go this long. But she literally has back 2. This is her corner game. All you have to do is neutral jump on wake up, and she is very unsafe and ready to be punished. I literally talk about all this in my Frost video. Like, she can't stagger you. Like, you can say that she can do this, I guess. But she's -5 and has to go for a gap or stagger it, which is the obvious answer. Like, sure, she can down back to you, but like, how is that so terrifying? Her corner game, if you respect everything she can do, yeah, her corner game can seem good. Like, let's say I knock you down and then you just sit there, yeah, of course. Or if you try to wake up, yeah, of course. But guess what? Like I already said, we'll knock you down, and that is not gonna even hit, honestly. Whoop-de-doo. And not to mention, wake ups got sped up in this game, right? Like, wake up timing for getting off the ground got sped up, so it's even harder. Like, you're telling me her corner game is scarier because she can try to meet you with a 19 fucking frame button? Like, what are we talking about here, right? And I'm not saying Kung Lao got the best corner game in the world either. Where we at? Right? But he got a faster button. He can literally just jump back and see what you do. Like, he can knock you down, just jump back, dive kick to whip punish anything. Like, say I end the combo and dive kick, right? I literally just jump back. See what you do. If you wake up with anything, goddamn. You wake up with anything, boom, crushing blow 30%, right? It'll punish your wake up 2, your wake up 3, probably even your wake up roll, depending on the range. And then if you don't, I can jump back and do nothing, and I still have control of the situation. I'm right here. Like, what are we talking about? Now the damage thing, if Frost lands a back 2 in the corner, she can get about 34% damage for a bar. But it's not like Kung Lao cannot get damage or something. Like, I don't even know his combos. That's 31% for 1 bar, right? Off this button, right? He can get more damage than that. If you spend more resources, he can get 40% in the corner. Frost can't get that without a KB. Like, I understand you don't want to spend the resources, but you don't have to. You can say, oh, she might get 33% if she hits with this 19 frame button. Bam, if he hits with his 10 frame button or his 15 frame button with the same range, he can get 2 less percent maybe. Like, come on, man. Even her zoning is better. Her zoning is better than Kung Lao's. That's a fact. Yes, I agree. Movement is slightly better. That's complete cap. Like I said in my Frost video about her being the worst character in the game, as far as like walk speed, dashes, they're the worst in the game. Like, this was literally tested. Go watch Rufumanga's video from before Aftermath came out. I think it was literally tested. Like, it's the worst, right? It just is.
We have Frost, who's definitely the overall slowest in the game.
She has a dive kick just like he has a dive kick. I don't see what about the movement is better. It's just not. Like, it's been disproven already. Better dive kick. This is complete cap, and I'm going to tell you why. Like I already talked about. Frost's dive kick input is back forward 4. This is really important for air moves. Air Ice Quake is back forward 4. This is important for air moves like a dive kick because you can't You can't do it as low to the ground as you can do Kung Lao. You cannot do it. I'm gonna switch sides to try to make it easier for myself. This is about as fast as I can get it. That's about as fast as I can. Now let me pick Kung Lao, the character I don't fucking play at all. Let me get way over here. Like, you see how low to the ground you can fucking do it? I'm really bad at it, but do you see that? You can literally use his dive kick as a mobility tool, and you're safe on whiff. Like, it has very little whiff recovery. So this contributes to his mobility as well. Not to mention, he has a fucking teleport. His movement is way better than hers. She don't got no teleport. Not to, like, his dive kick is just a straight down input. His dive kick also is a combo ender because you can do it right off jump kick like that, and that's just the way his combos go. Not to mention his dive kick is an armor breaker. If you do break the armor, it's a crushing blow for a fuck ton of damage. There is no way on planet Earth that her dive kick is better than his. Not to mention, Frost's dive kick is an ability. It takes a slot. Kung Lao's dive kick is a base move. It does not take a slot. You know what I mean? Like, there's no... Somebody make it make sense to me, because it just doesn't. Yeah, that was the last thing. He just said, Lao has a few issues that get worse as the game evolves. Yeah. And shout out to Foxy Grandpa. Like I said, he's a great player, all that shit. But it's cap, bro. And top players are going to say stupid shit like this all the time. They're going to do it. They're going to do it. This is why I make content right here. This is what I'm here for. I'm going to always give y'all the truth, give you the facts, and I'm going to show it to you in the game. I'm going to go in training mode and show you that this is 11 frames, -8, not a stagger, pushes me back, doesn't set up my game plan at all, and that this is 10 frames. It is a stagger. It does set up my offense for the strike throw mix and the auto shimmy. You know what I mean? Like, make it make sense, bro. Y'all stop downplaying Kung Lao. If you can't win with Kung Lao, you need to get better as a player. Like, you're playing top tier. Like, stop it. And here's the thing, here's a little cheat code. It's the same thing Sajam said.
If you ever want to know if a character is bad or not, listen for this sentence. X character is not that bad. I think he has some stuff. That's all you're gonna hear. You know, he has some tools that people just don't use that much. That's what people say. Not the right people are playing them. And the key thing is that they will never play that character. They will tell you, nah, man, I think you should stick with him. He's got the tools. He's not that bad, you know. Just, you got to find the right way to play him. Those are the three things you're going to hear, and that player is playing the best character in the game, or like a top 5 character. 100% true. That's always the case.
The way you know you're playing a low-tier character is that if everybody told you your character is good, or like, nah, they got some stuff, you just haven't figured it out. Oh, nah, man, you just gotta, it might just be a matchup. And they say shit like that, but they will never pick the character, never play the character in top 8 of the tournament, top 16 of the tournament in a meaningful match of money on the line. Guess what? That means the character's low tier. Because if the character was really good, everybody would play the character in matches that mattered. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more content. JSF, here bringing y'all the honesty, and I'm out of here. Peace.